Hello again, guys. Welcome back to debate. This will be lesson 2, and I hope that you enjoyed lesson 1. Hope that it was an informative video for you, and that you might be able to use that down the road. And some of your other classes, or whether it be in high school or in college, or maybe even in your professional life, whatever you're choosing to do. And let's recap a little bit about what lesson 1 was. Talked about the affirmative speaker. The affirmative speaker is the first person to speak, the first person who um, gives information for their team. It's a very important role. But not only that, I hope that you were able to see in the video the importance of working together as a team, and even if you were the second speaker or the third speaker or whatever your role on that team might have been, it's important that everyone on a debate team work together, and I think that's a great life lesson and one that you can use moving forward. In your workplace, typically we're going to be working with other people, unless you're a business owner, or very few jobs uh, that you might not be around others. But typically, in most of our jobs, you're going to be working with other people, and so it's important to develop good habits to help you to be a good team member, and to be a team player, because that'll help you in your career, and to advance in your career, and it'll just make your job a lot easier when you can depend on others to help you. And so I hope that video was informative in that way, that it showed you the importance of teamwork, and each person in a team has a specific role, and that role is very important, and it's important to the success of the team, and how the team effectively works to achieve a goal. And so I thought it was a very interesting video and wanted to share that with you. This next lesson is going to be talking about probably the most important part of a debate, and that's the rebuttal. If you don't have a rebuttal, then you really don't have a debate, because the rebuttal is essentially your argument against the opposition. And in order to be an effective, have an effective rebuttal, you need to be very informed. You need to have done great research. You need to have not only researched your topic, but researched your opponent's topics as well. Because the more you know, the better rebuttal that you can have for your argument. In the case of, let's take for instance, just abortion. I thought that was something we were going to be able to get to towards the end of the year and debate that topic. Very hotly contested topic for years now, and will continue to be. It's not going to go away. There are many people who argue for it, and there are many people who argue against it. But it's a tense issue. It's not one that's taken lightly by any means, but it is an issue that is ongoing, and it's gone on most of my life, if not all of my life, and will continue to go on through the remainder of our lives, because it's one that's probably not going to be resolved. Not a debate, or not a topic that'll ever be resolved while we're here on this earth. But a rebuttal in the case of an abortion would be that your team, if you're opposed to it, then you would want to certainly know facts about the opposition's point of view as well, not only your point of view. There are tons of facts and statistics that you could give out in your affirmative speaking, which is your opening arguments and your opening statements of the debate. But there's also a lot of things that you'd need to know about your opposition's point of view to be able to argue against that. And what you want to do in a rebuttal situation is use information that they have and kind of turn it against them. And in order to do that, you need to know very in-depth information about not only your topic but their topic as well, and be able to turn it around on your opponent. And that's just a good overall rule of thumb for a rebuttal. And again, a rebuttal is extremely important to the debate. Again, you can't have a debate without a rebuttal. The rebuttal is the argument. And we can sit here and give facts about a certain topic all day long, but if we're not trying to prove our point against the other person's point or the other team's point, then there's really no debating. It's just we're having a conversation about facts. And so the rebuttal is very important to the debate. And in order to have a great rebuttal, you want all of your team members to be involved. And this is not only prior to the debate, but you need to be able to, to write down information during the debate that you can research quickly and have an answer to very quickly to argue against your opponent. Again, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you have a great summer, a restful summer, a safe and healthy summer. We miss you guys. It's been a tough time, been a hard time for everyone, and we certainly hope that your families are safe, and that you're safe, and that you'll continue to stay safe. And let's do what we can to follow the social distancing guidelines and do our part to help this thing go away. And hopefully we can get back to normal real soon. I hope you enjoy lesson 2. I hope you enjoy this video that I'm going to embed in here for you about rebuttals. It gives you a lot of detailed information, gives you some examples of some good rebuttals for specific arguments. So again, I hope you have a great day, great week, great summer, and stay safe. See you soon.
In today's video, we're going to be having a look at rebuttals, what a rebuttal is, how to structure a rebuttal, and some quick do's and do nots about rebutting. I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so a rebuttal is really a response to the opposing team's arguments. Everybody, except for the first affirmative speaker, will include rebuttals as part of their speech. It should be a logical, well-expressed, and passionate attack of their arguments and key ideas. So, I'd like to begin by explaining that there are lots of different ways that you can structure a rebuttal. The following is simply a guide, and it can be very helpful to those people that are new to debating and perhaps aren't sure how to structure one. The first thing to know is to always use signposting. Signposting is using phrases like firstly, secondly, or another argument the opposing team stated. These help to signpost to the audience and the adjudicator where it is that you're up to and when you're introducing a new idea or fact. The second thing to do is to explain why that argument or fact is completely inaccurate. And the third thing, possibly the most important thing, is to link this back to your team's arguments. This allows for more fluency, this adds more weight to your argument, and it makes it seem like your rebuttals are more meaningful and that you've considered really not only that the other team is incorrect, but that you've considered how their argument can actually work for your team. So, here is an example of a well-structured rebuttal. The opposing team has stated a number of inaccurate details. Firstly, the first affirmative speaker stated that nuclear power is dangerous and stipulated statistics about its dangers. However, they did not include the sources of the information. In fact, our research has identified that nuclear power is extremely safe. Research from the University of New York has found that nuclear power is 80% safer for employees than coal mines are. Now from here, you would continue on a little bit about how safe nuclear power is. If this is one of your arguments, even better, state your whole argument here. It is important that you include lots of rebuttals, especially if you are the third speaker. Be prepared for them and research in advance. Rebuttal tips. First of all, do prepare your rebuttals. This includes evidence. Before the debate, sit down as a team and think, what will the opposing team argue? And then do your homework, research, find out how to rebut their potential main arguments. You probably won't find out what all of them are, but you'll be able to guess a lot of their main arguments. Make your rebuttals meaningful. Do this by connecting it back in with your arguments, connecting it back in with the team line or the team split. Most importantly, work as a team when writing the rebuttals, both before the debate and during. If you are the first speaker, really help out the second and third speaker. A good debating team always work as a unit. Don't point out every single mistake that the opposing team are making. Remember that the adjudicator can think for themselves, and if you manage to rebut a number of their key ideas, the adjudicator will understand that it's not just those ideas that they have stated incorrectly. Don't rush through the rebuttals. Now that's something that's really tempting because rebuttals are potentially the scariest thing you can do in a debate because you can't fully prepare for them. When you're going off the cuff, it can be really difficult, but try to take your time and follow the structure that we included in this video. Good luck to you all.